Hey guys, how you doing? I'm Mark. Welcome to West Coast Supercars and Classics. We're outside the Porsche Centre Victoria right here on Vancouver Island. And guess what we're doing today? We're gonna have a test drive and a look at the brand new Porsche Taycan Turbo. That's right, exclusive on this channel right here. Porsche's first ever EV supercar. Let's go take it for a drive, see what it's like. All right, you've got an automatically operated lift at the back here for your trunk, and same as on the Panamera and probably some of the other ones, you've got the lock option when you close it. It's kind of handy. I use that a lot. Okay, so there's your trunk space on the Taycan. This is actually reasonably, it's pretty deep. It's not bad. There's a fairly small opening because it is a sedan, so then you can have a huge amount of luggage space here. Very practical. Plus I noticed there's another storage cubby down here as well. It's about oh, I don't know, 5 inches, 6 inches deep maybe, but you have a real trunk, so you don't have to worry about people looking in and seeing things. I like that. Trunk space, you got the Frunk as well. Yeah, it's decent size, not too deep, but you could put a few things in there for sure. Good God, that is just insane. It's insane, I tell you. What have they done? I'm gonna have to have one. Dude, that thing is nuts.
Pretty wild. And it just hooks up. Like there's no extra fanfare, no real wheel
just
slip.
Launches.
It just hooks.
Good God. Yeah. That's ridiculous.
Okay. We're going to start out with everything in kind of calm and comfy mode. But you can see here we've got different systems for our drive systems, for our chassis systems, chassis height, different recuperation. So as far as lift-off recuperation.
Electric sports sound is off.
Yeah.
I heard it's pretty good. It's actually an amplification of the actual sound. It's not fake.
That's exactly my understanding. So we'll play with it a little bit here. But it's one of those things that we were quite standoffish about, but every single person who's driven it absolutely loves it. So
everything's got a nice low glare surface to it. Actually the leather is like that. This is sort of a piano black here, but the screen is actually pretty low glare. So is that one.
We've got our chrono button over here as well.
Right.
Our dial.
I saw that on there. Oh my God. Holy. What?
I've got an extended map that I can put on there.
Wow. Look at the size of that screen. And it's right in front of you and it's curved. I find this is a perfect example of where manufacturers can do things differently and engineer things differently, and not everybody's going to follow the same approach. Like that is a massive, really nice looking dash, but then you've got a giant screen here. This has got to be at least an 11-inch or something like that. I don't know what it is.
You're about right there.
Yeah, it's pretty big. It's got the usual information that you want. We're in sports chassis, so let's try change. Oh, normal. Let's see what the difference is.
Yeah, on a bumpy road, we'll go find some. It is a pretty dramatic change.
Oh my God, no! You gotta be kidding me. Oh, Jesus. You're a madman. exceeding the speed limit though, folks. Don't worry. Totally safe. Under control.
Yeah, just don't film that.
No, I didn't. No, that was amazing acceleration. And we only were doing 30 kilometers an hour. That was amazing. Well done.
So we can switch all the way back to normal or to range mode. So now we're in range mode. The car goes into our long range height,
right.
So it's lower and slipperier.
Oh, okay.
Everything kind of smooths out a little bit, and it's a very calm, comfortable place to be.
Hey, we got an Audi R8 that just pulled up.
How are you, buddy?
Come on, give him a little follow. Let's put it in Sport Plus and let's give him a little So, what's the procedure here? We got a brake button, press the power button.
Power button, yep.
Yep. She lights up. Okay. Got memory positions on your steering wheel, I guess, and your seats. As you saw before, we have the nice curved dashboard in front with different kinds of information. So this is obviously customizable to quite a degree as well, right?
Absolutely.
Depending on the mode you're in. So should we just go in? We're in normal drive mode right now.
Mm-hmm.
Chassis height is low. Now, if you're going on bumpy roads, do you want to bring it up a little bit?
You certainly can. I mean, any Porsche is designed to cover basic speed bumps, basic driveways, things like that.
Yeah.
But this one, because it's got air suspension as standard, and all of the Taycans do, you have the ability to raise or lower it. They just kind of throw that in as a bonus. So
I'm going to say regular because I don't know what the road surfaces are like. So there's, is there even an e-brake thing on this or what?
No, so in park mode there,
Park.
it's just going to kind of engage a full parking lock.
Yep.
And then you got your little transmission toggle next to that. So you can just press down and we go into drive.
I'm used to driving electric cars. We actually have an e-hybrid Panamera, the Panamera SE Hybrid, which is a 2014, not as powerful as the current model, but I'm very familiar with driving in E-mode because I'm a cheap bastard and then I don't have to pay for gas. So, as I like to say, driving an electric Porsche is an expensive way to save money. No, I mean, driving electric cars is not really about saving money for a lot of people. It's about going zero emissions, and then if you're into ultra high performance cars, it's all about being able to drive an ultra high performance zero emissions cars. We're in our secret location in behind Elk Lake here in Victoria. These people have a very nice lifestyle here. Yeah. I see that. The driving position, the way the front looks, is totally Porsche DNA all day long. The steering is definitely different from any other car that I've driven. It's not like the other ones. A little bit lighter, I would say, at this speed. The assist. There's actually quite a bit of feel through the steering wheel. Let's go over that manhole cover. Yeah, there's actually quite a bit of feel in the steering here. I would say a tad more than in the Panamera. So if we're just tooling around here, this is just casual driving. The suspension feels pretty tight. I would even say it's a sporty type suspension the way it feels to me right now. It's definitely not like a Luxo barge or anything like that. And now, what mode are we in with the suspension setting?
We're just in the normal setting right now, yeah. So in slightly more supple mode. Okay. We were actually pleasantly surprised at how supple and how smooth it was. You know, anything turbo S is generally at the very high end of the performance spectrum. You do sacrifice a little bit of the comfort over some of the bumps with that. But that's what you got to do to play with the big boys.
So tell me about the basic specs on this car.
So this is a Taycan Turbo. Turbo obviously comes with a few upgrades, like the surface coated brakes, like the full leather package that we're encased in here. As far as the options on it, this one also adds the premium package, and this one also adds the sport package. So sport package is going to give you the different sport modes. It's going to give you rear axle steering. It's going to give you a few other go fast bits there. Premium package obviously just ups the number of luxury options within the car. So parking camera systems, different seat upgrades, which are standard on the turbo, headlights, etc., etc. Yeah, so the matrix technology is really interesting in that within each lens there's about 90 little lenses, and it can adjust exactly where the light is going. So any oncoming cars, it kind of drops down as that car approaches you. As soon as that car goes by, it flashes back up again. Also, deer, animals at the side of the road, it will actually send extra light to illuminate them specifically. We'll go straight through here, get to the highway.
Let's see, Sport Plus. No, I want to go into. I'll go into Sport mode. Okay. Go into
Got
Sport
another
mode.
second or so here. Get them.
Very nice. Super easy. Super easy. This thing is. I'm a biased person, right? Because I'm really a car driver, a sports car driver. I'm not an SUV person at all, so you have to take my comments with that in mind. The way we just merged onto the highway, it's just effortless, and it's just a car. This is nice. Whoops, I gotta watch it. Oops, I gotta slow myself down. I have someone who's passing me now. Oh wow, we have a hopped up S10. He wants to drag race us.
He wants to play.
Tyson's already warned me that there's a nanny that's working here to monitor us, so I have to be a good boy. Although Tyson can always say it was my fault.
I plan on it, yeah.
So there you have it, folks. When you're driving around in this thing, people know right away. They see it, they're going like, okay, what is that? And if they're into cars, they know exactly what it is, because there aren't any others in town. The only ones, if you want them, or if you want to see them, the only ones you can get in Victoria right now are right at the Porsche Centre Victoria. So folks, this is the one we've got in town here. So I'm going to make sure I don't crash it today. All right, let's try this out on a nice twisty road here in Sport Plus. I was surprised how much that car sounds from the outside, this electronic sound.
A little bit of a tight one to the right, short straightaway after.
Oh, I see it. There's a bit of a step up. There's a bit of a step up there, and the transmission kick down.
And then a very, very tight right coming up.
I feel like we're driving a rally race.
Straight to the end.
Now I'll put my foot down. Oh, Jesus. Oh, wow. I felt it shift.
Yeah. Yeah, it kicks down when you're at it. Yeah. So we'll go left at the stop sign here.
You know, it's so different. The electric, there's a tiny bit of lag when you put your foot down, and then it goes. Still feels smooth, because this isn't like the most smooth road that I've ever driven on. It's the usual thing. Pretty smooth, actually. Yeah, there's a little bit of hesitation there. It's fine.
That's more it just thinking what you want to do.
Yes, it is. Yeah. Exactly. Let's try that again. Oh, Jesus. Oh, my stomach.
It kicked your camera off too.
Oh, my stomach went. I felt my stomach there. Good thing I had a light breakfast. Oh, wow. Yeah, that really kicks off. I didn't really go. I didn't really go full throttle to start with. I just eased onto it. Yeah, that's more than adequate. That's really fast. It weirdly, it doesn't feel like it because you don't get the roar of the engine on top of that, right?
Yeah, you don't get the chirping tires and stuff like that, so it just launches.
It's strange. I could see just focusing on the driving and, you know, not thinking of having to think about engine revs or anything like that. It's kind of different. These are residential areas, so of course we don't drive that fast around driveways and stuff, but it gives you a great idea of what this thing's like on the road. It handles really well. Yeah, really nice. Really is Back to the Future. No, it's not Back to the Future, it's just to the future.
Yeah, Star Wars.
Yeah. You feel like the next stage is that we're going to be hovering, you know, after this. Yeah, that's what's missing from this, Tyson. The hover mode. Why are we
I just
still
put
on
you into the
ground?
comfy suspension. It smooth things right out.
I don't know what more you want. God, this thing is just, it's got everything.
Yeah, pretty much any of the journalists who are driving the Turbo S version are saying it's just so needlessly, stupidly fast. Of course, if you want to scare your friends, that's the way to do it.
Yeah,
but,
parlor trick,
yeah.
basically. Yeah, I know.
But yeah, this is a monster in its own right.
All right, we're cruising back after doing some acceleration runs and all that kind of stuff. Driving it on those windy roads really made me realize that this is quite a bit more taut in its ride and handling than the Panamera is. So the steering rack the ratio seems a little bit quicker. The brakes are pretty firm, but the brake feel is really good. So I give total high marks to Porsche for being able to pull that off, because I know they've got a ton of regenerative braking going on here. So to maintain that nice sporty feel is a big deal for me. My biggest impression after driving it for a little while is that it's actually quite a sporty car to drive, even when you're just cruising around. I'm in Sport Plus mode, and I'll put it in Sport mode here. When you come to some curved roads and stuff, it's not beating you up at all. Like, it's actually pretty comfortable, but it is actually pretty sporty. And honestly, I think that's about right, because you wouldn't want it to be soft and kind of cushy. It just wouldn't fit the nature of the car. But it doesn't feel like a GT model or some kind of RS or something like that. It's not bone jarring at all. We went over some raised castings, we went over some construction zone stuff. Honestly, it was really, really good. So you could totally drive this car anywhere, anytime. If you wanted a real track car and that's what your thing is, probably this wouldn't be your first choice, obviously, because it's a sedan, it's a four-door.
It would embarrass pretty much anything out there, though.
The acceleration on this car is more than you need. Let's put it that way. Like I was telling Tyson, it almost feels surreal driving it, because you realize you're in a different era now. Even though we've got all this Porsche DNA, we've got a lot of legacy kind of design cues, it doesn't feel like anything else I've driven. It really doesn't. But just driving it for a few minutes is so easy to drive. It's so nice. The stereo is good. Anyway, Tyson tells me that there will probably be a Sport Turismo shooting brake style as well, for those of you who really need the extra luggage room. But if you like the kind of fastback look, personally I do like it. Highly recommend this car. Probably one of the nicest cars I've ever driven of any kind. If you want to get your hands on one of these, you're going to have to come down to the Porsche Centre Victoria. Once again, I'd really like to give Tyson Johnson at Porsche Centre and everybody there a big thank you for letting me take this out and spending some time explaining all the systems to me.
You're very welcome.
Yeah. Hey, thanks, Tyson, once again.
Great to see you.
Where are we going? Anyway, thanks again, guys. Thanks again for watching. As always, subscribe, hit the like button, and hit the bell button if you want to be notified. Thanks for watching, and we will see you next time.